This is Lord Thaddeus Gray. This one is going to be about a supernatural affair. Definitely spiritual, to say the least. But it's not a cryptid or ghosts or anything like that, or demons. It definitely could be possibly demonic if you let it. That thing of addiction. That's what this is about, addiction. How do you fight it? Well, there's many ways to do so. Some is to find other coping mechanisms. There you go. Or you confront it head on, which I've had to do. The most important thing when it comes to addiction is fighting that denial. This is one thing Stacy and Gwen helped me out with. They helped me understand, and of course the therapy I got at the time, but they helped me fight that denial. Now, when it comes to denial, it's how the brain processes things. It's how it tries to justify things. I was in a very bad state. You guys already know I was abusing my own medicine. I've even done alcohol, which I still do sometimes, just not too much. It's a touchy subject with me because people don't understand just how powerful it is, especially in this day and age. People are desperate. They're desperate for some kind of hope, and unfortunately they turn to a false hope. And that's where addiction comes in, whether it be chemical, this, or hell, it can be other things, which I have had addictions with. The internet, computers, technology, these are things I've had to fight and actually embrace at the same time. My livelihood, which, pays what few bills I got. That right there, it's a mixed bag, but I'm always aware of it. Addiction, to me, I perceive it as there's different ways that can help a person. I'm not going to knock the 12-step programs because they work. I've seen it work for many, many people. To me, it almost seems to be the only thing that really does work, about the higher power and stuff. For me, being in those meetings all the time don't help nothing. All it does is I hear people saying, hey, I want to use this, use that. It doesn't do me any good, but I do apply the steps. Even if it's a limited way, or in a limited fashion. Bear with me, brain to mouth. I'm going to tell you right now, you can overcome addiction. The best way is mainly prayer, your higher power, God, whatever you want to, goddess, whatever you want to talk about. For the most part, you have to trust that you yourself can't overcome it. You're not. And you have to find a good support system. These things are all important. But the most important thing, man, you have to fight the denial. Oh, this ain't a big issue. Oh, this ain't a big issue. Yeah. Says the individual who drank so much, they probably have ruined any relationships they've had. This is an example. Or abused their medication, or did pills in another way, shape, or form. Let me tell you, I've lost a lot. I'm going to tell you guys, that was a deal I had. $500, man, it seemed like a lot to many of you guys, but those like me, that's a lot of money. I'll tell you straight up. That was the beginning. I finally stopped because to me it's not worth being caught. And eventually I just finally quit. But I'm going to tell you right now, you can fight it. You have to fight it. Especially in this day and age. That's how the devil traps people. He shackles them with this addiction. That's one of his biggest, most powerful tools of enslavement. Addiction. If you don't understand, you're trying to fill a hole with something. There's something empty. All of us human beings have it. But all of us are trying to fill that void. Of course, God is the main way, being good with the Lord and whatever your spiritual beliefs are. Excuse me. But the fact is, even that you have to understand. We're flesh and blood creatures. We are, and I say this the proper way, we are trapped in this flesh suit. And because of the imperfections we have, we're always seeking false hope, when we should be looking towards the light. I myself have a hard time, let me tell you. It's a daily battle, but one must always be vigilant. Now, why do people call alcohol, for example, or other things, spirits? Why do people completely lose their inhibitions and go completely nuts and do things, hear about in the news all the time, that you would never think a human being is capable of doing? I'll tell you why. Because that spirit of addiction and their need, that need to have something, whatever it be, whether it be chemical, it could be sexual. What do you think about porn? You know, hell, we all, hey, like I said, that's a secret self right there. And I've embraced mine. But I'll tell you right now, I don't let it destroy me. Understand? It's easy to do. I've actually come close to falling in that rabbit hole myself. One must be careful about that. Now, there are those who suffer with anxiety and things like that. I suffer from it terribly. But I'll tell you right now, there are ways to cope with that, whether it be medicine, but most importantly, a support system of some sort or other. That's what you must remember. You must remember about that support system. That is key into fighting the spirit of addiction. And believe me, it's a spirit. It's a very powerful spirit. It's possibly the most sinister spirit out there compared to many. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm not going to ramble. I just wanted to let you guys know, we all fight it one way or another, but it can be controlled and definitely overcome. Keep vigilant, and at all times, keep yourself away from the denial. If you can do that, I promise you, you will get past it. That right there is the strength of the will. And once you do that, once you overcome the addiction, a lot of the lies, the bad behavior, a lot of everything else, I promise you, it will fall away. I'm trying to get Shawn to 1,000 subscribers. He is, of course, the host for Chasing the Truth. And in that fact, I would like you guys to go to his new channel. I'm going to put that in the link, in the description. And show him some love. The man needs it. You guys be blessed and you be safe.